Okay, I'm on, baby. I'm on. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank God for my wife. Had difficulties um, getting set up, um, but we are here. Gonna have to wait till people come on. All right. We're so grateful. All right. We're on. Give me just a few minutes to get set up. I'm going to be on for just a few minutes. Okay, there we are. All right, here we are. We're on about 30 minutes late. I'm going to wait and see what happens here. Okay, give me 1 second, you all. All right, here we are. We're on. Finally, we're finally on. We had some technical difficulties, and then a couple other things. I thankful for my wife that stepped in and got it going. Talking about tonight, just for a few minutes, how to fuel your thoughts to become things manifested. How to fuel your thoughts to become things manifested. Simply because thoughts become things. Let me say that again. Thoughts become things. So you have to be careful of what you think, because whatever you think, it become things. All right. So I want to deal with one main law today, and it is the law of vibration. The law of vibration states that we can attract anything we want by resonating at the same vibration or frequency of our desires. In order to manifest, you've got to have your the joy, peace, love, excitement, those vibrations going for you, not depressed. Even in your conversation, even in your tone, voice tone, always be uplifted, because don't act in whatever's going on in your head. Don't respond with your actions with that. Just let it pass. I know for sure. I study this in a practical way, and being transparent is that your mind will lie to you. Your emotions will also lie to you. So never take it. That's why it's important not to react so quickly, because you could be reacting on false information, outdated information, or you don't have all of the information to make a decision or respond. That's why it's best not to react. It's always best to respond. When you react, you just jump right away. And you respond, you're waiting for a minute. Something we call, I think I mentioned it, the 72-hour, can't forget what it's called. Anyway, before you make anything major decisions, always kind of wait 72 hours. It gives you time to kind of level out and balance yourself and even your thinking. And it's important to always see the big picture. Let me say this. It's important to see the big picture. I'm so amazed of how we are really fearfully and we are really wonderful, fearfully and wonderfully made. I was reading today. I'm going to cover this point to help you understand. You're always vibrating. Even if you go to the mortuary and there's a dead body, you put a microscope, there's still vibrations going on. Everything is because everything is, I think Albert Einstein said that everything is energy. Everything is energy. We take in energy, we give off energy, natural energy from the sun, spiritual energy from the sun, from the SON, which is the Christ within us, which in him we live and move and have our being. That's talking about the energy of God, and we're full of his energy. We're full. And I want to tell you something. The Lord loves you. He really does. In manifesting your desires, it's important to know that he really loves you. Thoughts become things. If y'all get this tonight, you won't have to run around trying to figure out how to get it, how to do it, how to make it happen. It happens within you. Let me say it again. Everything happens as within, so without. As without, so within. Everything is expressed through your thinking, through your thoughts, your emotions. What are you feeling? At the end of the day, it's always good to do a check. Check on yourself. Check on yourself how you did mentally. And you also can check on yourself how you did emotionally, because your mind's not supposed to be controlling you and your emotions not supposed to be controlling you. And when they come, what you don't like, the thoughts you don't like, whether it's violence, whether it's sexual, whether it's addictive, or whatever it may be, hatred, vindictive, let it pass. Learn how not to engage in negative thinking, but just let it pass. You cannot stop yourself from thinking negative. You can't control your thoughts. If you can control your thoughts, then tell me what is the next thought that you're thinking. You can't tell me the next thought that you're thinking because you don't control it. It comes out of your subconscious mind. So when you get your thoughts together, when your thoughts become thoughts of faith, of love and of confidence and believing in yourself and persistency and consistency and coming out of the bias of being negative, this is how you begin to manifest and cause things. If you can hold it in your mind, you can see it in your life. That's why it's important to learn how to practice on focus, practice on paying attention. Many of you, your attention span, not many of you, but many of us at times, our attention span becomes short. And you cannot manifest when your attention is not being able to be focused on the desire that you have. Look at me. Your desire was put there to be fulfilled. It was put there. You ever say this? Your desires. Never do one thing. Don't have a one-track mind and don't have a one-track life. Okay? Some of you are doing the same things every single, I don't care how young you are, how old you are. The mind cannot do the same, was not created to do the same thing over and over. Hey, Chris and Apostle Wonders. God bless you, sir. I'm going to call you afterwards. Miss talking to you. All right? Everything on the planet is made up of millions and millions of atoms, which are all 90% empty. So we've got a lot of, hey, Sister Grace, we have a lot of empty space in us. Everything has a vibrational frequency. Everything has once you get your thoughts, the scripture says in the Christian Bible that we have the mind of Christ, that creative mind, that mind that he used, amen, to turn water into wine, heal, deliver, set free. We have the mind of Christ, and you can't diminish it. People in the religious community diminish what it says. It says that you have, and then said we have a less diminished fragment part of the mind of Christ, but it says that we have the mind of Christ. And this is how, when you begin to think, and whatever that dominating thought, even when Job said, the thing that I have feared, the thing that I feared, greatly feared. We all have thoughts. You can't stop thoughts from flying over your head, but you can stop them from making a nest. You've got to get in your head. You got to get out of your head, but you got to get in your head, because sometimes you can stay in your head too long. So you've got to work on you. One of the greatest hindrance and blockages in life is that we see everything and everybody else, and we never sit down and look at the areas that we need to develop and be pure and be honest with yourself. This is why many people cannot be healed inwardly in their situation, because you won't come clean. You have to. There's no other way. In therapy and coaching, you must come clean with yourself and call it what it is, and then go to work. Don't kill yourself. I don't mean naturally kill yourself, but don't kill yourself with words and negative emotions, because you know you will always, when you're conscious of this, you will always notice things within you that has to be developed. Okay? Thoughts become things. So you've got to begin to think. You can't think worry, because you're going to get worried. You can't think fear. Every seed reproduces after its own kind, like attract like, the law of attraction. You can't think broke and expect to draw money. Listen to me. Look at me, those that are watching, and thank you for watching. We're on 5 platforms, and also on YouTube. You can go to my YouTube page, D. Leonard Hughes Personal Development Institute. Let me tell you something. If you can get your thoughts directed if you can get control of your thoughts, you get control of your life. Anytime people say, oh, I'm just so overwhelmed. No, you're not overwhelmed. Your thoughts overwhelmed. So what you got to do to deal with the overwhelmness, you've got to deal with your thoughts. You've got to go inside and deal with your thoughts. When it comes to finances, I teach this. I just left. I was in Virginia for 2 weeks. Lecturing at different places, some churches, a couple other institutions. And I said something. I said, anytime there is what, that's why it's important. One young lady came to me where I was speaking for a civic group last week. And she said, I'm trying to get money. I don't know how to get money. And I said, number one, you're chasing money. You don't chase money. Let me tell you something. You chase an idea. I say this very often. Every billionaire, every millionaire is identified with a brand. Okay, money comes to a plan. Money comes to a brand. Elon Musk have a brand. Okay, I was watching the news today. I can't remember. I thought I meant to write it down. Young man, 24 years old, have invented and it's working. They're using it in California. A driverless truck. There's a person is in it, but through the computer is 24 years old. 24 years old, multi-millionaire IT genius, AI genius, or IT genius, we call it. You see what I'm saying? People making money, but you must get a brand. Money just doesn't come. You got to know how money works. You start small. You start in real estate. We have a short-term. My wife is in real estate completely, but we're together. We're in the short-term rental thing. You got to have a brand for money to come. You all are trying to just get money. I'm trying to get money. I need to find somebody to tell me how I want. And how you got to know how money works. You got to learn about money. Every millionaire, every billionaire, you got to be hungry. Les Brown said, you got to, he's a big guy. He said, you got to be hungry for success. You got to be hungry. Come on, somebody. You got to be hungry to be successful. Are you listening to me? You got to come up with a business plan. You got to come up with a brand. You're trying to get money just out the air. It doesn't come like that. That's not how it works. That's not how money works. I'm going to do a series soon on how money works. You come up with a business. Okay, you've got so many. Oprah Winfrey, she has Oprah Productions. She got so many other things going. Dave Thomas, Wendy's. Okay, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs. When you hear those millionaires, when you hear those billionaires, are you listening to me? You're identified with a brand. All right. So You're trying to get money, but your thoughts are not on your dream. Your thoughts are on money, and that's why you can. Nobody can tell you, "Oh, you're going to be a millionaire." Oh, yeah, that's okay if they do tell you, but how much do you know about receiving millions? Okay, how much money literacy do you have? What do you understand about how money works? The system where money is going. A lot of countries now are not accepting our dollar in America. Are you listening to me? So you got to know how money works. All right. Thought, and I'm really talking about that, but I got to bring that in. Thoughts are things. I hear Les Brown say, "Are you hungry for success?" You got to be hungry. You're hungry for worry and drama, and you call people looking and expecting, and you can't find nothing negative. You're lost. It's a lot of people like that. They live in a negative world. They draw through the law of attraction. Whatever momentum is going on the inside of you, that's what you're going to keep drawing. If there's drama, you're going to keep drawing. It's a law. It's a right out, just like the law of gravity. There's black, white, rich, poor, male, female. It doesn't matter. So what's vibrating? That's what I'm talking about. What thoughts become things? What's vibrating out of you? And as soon as you say that, most time people blame somebody else. They blame their sister, their brother, their friend, their ex-husband, their child, the person at work. You cannot get healed if you keep playing the blame game. Stop playing the blame game and deal with you. Thank you. Yes, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Build your brand. You build your brand. Thank you for saying that, Chris. You build your brand. You build your money. It's not overnight. It's not. But quitting cannot be an option. And I know in trying to get stuff off the ground, your business, your entrepreneurship, your brand, your corporation, listen, you got to keep working it. A whole lot of options. See, we get blinded and we become stalemate and we can become stuck because of an outside situation. You're not supposed to be living from the outside in, but you're supposed to be living from the inside out. How hungry are you for success? Let me tell you something. These are the greatest times. I don't know how your world is, but I don't see a negative world. I see the glass half full. And when you start seeing it like that, then thoughts of that nature begin to come, because once you think a thought for 16 to 17 seconds, it starts bringing other thoughts just like it. So when you find yourself thinking, and that means being conscious quietly, you're talking among people, but you got to be conscious of what's going on in your house, this house, okay? This house, what's going on in your mind? If it's not empowering, if it's negative, if it's something telling you, other people can make it, but you can't make it. Other people can be successful, you can't be successful. Not true. And the glass is refillable. Chris, thank you, Chris. All right, let's get into this a little bit more. I feel this tonight. You must master our emotions and tune into our intuition. Within you is a guardian system. Listen to me. Within every individual, there's a guardian spirit. It's a spirit to lead you and guide you, and it leads you into the wisdom, and you get the wisdom. This is why thinking creates habits, habit creates experience. You're where you are because of your thinking. You blaming everybody around you. Look at me, boo. You blaming, sir, you blaming everybody around you. And it's not them. Because really, once you get to a certain place of thought, a certain place of consciousness, what everybody else saying is doing really doesn't affect you, because you're so focused on what you're trying to accomplish, and you're enjoying the fun in your imagination. Because that's the tool that God has given us, and that's what He moves through our imagination. As we move in, we live in the image, we're made in the image and the likeness. We're just like the creative power He have, we have. It's time to create a better life for you. Life don't get better until you create it. There's no magic, no hocus pocus, no bewitched blink in the eye for your life. No, you start with different areas of you. Your life is where it is because that's you. You express out. Your life is a mirror of you. I know you said, "Oh my God, Mama." Yes, your life is a mirror of you. You change the level where you are. You create a use. I want you to start tonight. If you really want help from Coach Hughes, if you really want help and you really want things to get better, then you've got to sit down, get a piece of paper, and write down areas that you're struggling with and that you're battling with, and be real and be honest with yourself. Let me tell you something. When you start thinking right, start thinking on the things and think as if you already have it. We call it the wish fulfilled. I think Napoleon Hill brought that out. You already have it. And you've talked in the present, not one day, not someday, not hope day, not maybe, but you talk in the present, and whatever you're dealing with, for God's sake, don't give it a negative brand. I mean, don't give it a negative narrative. You may see it and you got to work through it and see through it, but don't give it, because things are not as bad as you think they are. You don't believe me? Go to the hospital. I was riding today and I didn't even know it's back over there, a psychiatric hospital. I didn't know we had one this close by. I didn't know. And I said, well, that's, you know what I'm saying? If you think things are worse, take a visit there. It's where you are, because there's certain things you won't fix and you won't face. Everybody else is to blame. Sometimes a client, you sit down and talk to them automatically. Well, my mother, when I was growing up, my father, when I was growing up, and it goes on. You got too much going on. You have too much negative vibration and negative momentum going on in you. It's going on around you because it's going on in you. I don't experience that. We don't experience all that craziness because we keep a clear energy. We clear every day. I clear my energy every night. I clear my energy, making sure that I'm I'm aligned with the spirit, and I'm aligned with my desire. And when you get aligned with the things that you desire, as if you already have it, and you fix all the other crap that's around you, ladies and gentlemen, when you fix that, you can't get clarity until you begin to fix stuff in your life. You want clarity? You got to fix stuff. Nobody, even as a coach, I tell clients, I can't fix it for you. Life is a do-it-yourself project. No, I got a few more minutes. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to pick up the pieces, get the tools, go to building like a house. Fix yourself up. Stop beating yourself. And for God's sake, why do you talk negative about yourself? And you can't talk negative and expect a positive life or positive results. It doesn't work that way. Okay? In order to see a positive life, okay, you must talk in a positive vibration. It's everything. All right. You're constantly interacting with your physical reality. Your vibrational reality is how you are feeling most of the time. How did you feel today? Let's go back. Let's do a check today. What was the most dominating? And don't you what you call it, swipe. Stay with me. What has been the most dominating thought, a dominating emotion vibrating within you? That's where you start. That negative, that fear, a lot of in your belief system, because everything we do is based on our belief system. I sat in this chair. I came in the studio because I believed it was here. I sat in the chair. It's everything is your belief. If you can't have a positive life with a negative conversation. And you can't be sabotaging yourself. Why are you so hard? Are you mad at yourself? Ladies and gentlemen, are you angry with yourself because you made a mistake, or you did this, or you picked the wrong job, you picked the wrong man, you picked the wrong dog, you picked the wrong car? Come on. Put the cards on the table. Be real with yourself. And I just feel that tonight in this coaching event, you're blaming other people. This is why you can't get through and you can't get out and you can't create a better life, because you gotta love you. We've all made mistakes. We all have crazy thoughts. My God. We have crazy thoughts. You're not alone. Look at me. You are not alone. Whatever's going on in your head. You want to know, how do I start in fixing my thoughts? How do I start in fixing my emotion? What's the most dominating emotion? What has the inner critic been telling you all day? What you can't do, what you can't be, what you can't have. They don't like you. It'll work for them, but it won't like to work for you. You're going to make the same mistakes over and over, and your mind goes on. And the more you listen to it, you have to stop it. How do you stop it? Let it pass. You cannot suppress it. When those thoughts come, you can't suppress it. The more you suppress, the more it grows. Just let it pass. If it's a thought of violence, let it pass. Is it a sexual thought, perverted thought? Let it pass. This is not a religious program. It's not a religious platform, church platform. This is coaching. So I'm coming where you are. So those that's religious, I'm glad to have you, but we don't do that here. We help people and help folks' minds. Man will not believe that God became man, that man became God. He will not believe that God and man are one. That man is all imagination and God is man and exists in us and we in him. We're all imagination. What have you been imagining today? Something happened 20 years ago? It's an illusion. Your past is only an illusion. That's all it is. It's not real because you can't touch it. Yes, Sister Grace. You're going to make me go back to that, Sister Grace. They're crazy. But it's just a coaching platform. This is a therapy. I don't give you everything. I'm going to plan a webinar next month. What's this, July? Next month, where I'm going to really get into some in-depth stuff to show you how to really get what you want. Okay? I don't share everything on this platform because it's advanced, but it'd be for those that really want to manifest things in your life. All right, let's move on. Let's give an example. Let's say it was a person named Jill have been feeling a lack of abundance over a period of time leading up to a big bill that she has to pay. That's how it entered her physical reality. Her physical, so you have the vibrational reality and the physical. So when a thought comes, for instance, this is an example of Jill. The thought came. Now, within 16 to 17 seconds, she should have directed that thought in a more positive faith, in a faith confession in her words right away. But she did not. So when Jill got the big bill in the mail, she would naturally have felt that her feelings of lack were validated. Okay? See, you put all of those negative stuff out there. And then when it comes, you feel validated for reading it or for the information that was there. Okay. One thing that I do, I'm very conscious of my thoughts. I'm very careful what I believe in my thoughts. Look at me. What is belief? Get a paper and pencil. Belief is thinking a thought over and over and over again until it crystallizes and become a part of your belief system. This is why the disciples said, help thou our unbelief. They had a thought in there, even though they walked with the Christ. At that time, they had a thought and they kept thinking and it became a belief. And that's why they said, help thou our what? Unbelief. What were you vibrating today? What's been your vibration today? What were you sending out? Okay, so when something comes tomorrow, don't get mad. Some come next week. It's a law. Should I beat you can't play with it. My conversations on the phone, I love everybody, but my conversations many times very brief. Why? Because I'm in a zone. I don't live down there. I live up at a high vibration. Okay? All right, even solid objects that we perceive as static, such as cement or desks, are vibrating at a slow speed. Your body, on the other hand, vibrates at an extremely high rate. So we have a vibration rate. That's why we can go from 1 to 10 so quick and get mad and telling somebody off. Because our vibrational rate, there's a momentum going on in you. So whatever thoughts or emotion that you're putting into that vibration, that's what goes out and that's what comes back, be it positive or be it negative. Okay? You got to get this. We weren't taught this. But these are the things that God put here for us to get what we want. We're not supposed to keep going to him, bothering him. Luke 17:6. I read that. Hold on. I'm gonna read it again. Luke 17 and verse 6. He was telling them, child of God, that why y'all coming to me? Why are you coming to me about something that you were supposed, that I have empowered you, and they hadn't even received the fullness of everything yet. I put it like that. And so Christ told them, why y'all coming to me? Why y'all bothering me about a fig tree? So it says in Luke 17:6, and the Lord said, if ye have the faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you might say. He didn't say pray unto this sycamore tree. Y'all praying too much. You ain't saying. Who? Dr. Hughes, you said I'm praying too much. Yes, I said. Because your concept of prayer is not right. Religiously, it's not a receptive move. You're praying to him. You're not supposed to do. In this, he said, you say. It's your conversation. And look at me before I close. It's your inner conversation. It's an inner dialogue that you're fussing and arguing with people. You're arguing with your children, not even in the house. You're arguing with your husband, and he's somewhere else. You're arguing with your wife. You're arguing with your mother. And you got all of these arguments going on in your head. And you're getting angry, and you're getting angry because nobody's talking back to you. Nobody's talking back to you. You're talking to you. You're arguing with other folks in your head. Stop doing that. When you feel to do that, don't do it. That's the key. Let it go. The hardest thing in life, and let it go. And a friend of mine from Louisville said something. He said, nobody likes change but babies. Why? Because when a baby wet, he's ready to be changed. So he said, you can say unto this sycamore tree, be thou plucked up from the root, and be thou planted in the sea, and it should obey you. So otherwise, Christ was saying, why are y'all bothering me? You could have talked to it too. Stop praying and start talking, taking authority of the believer. You getting ready to go out of town. Let's get together. Let's pray for protection. You already got protection. You don't believe what he said? Did I give my angels charge over you? So why don't we do those things? The scripture says we're complete in him. We are complete in him. He just go in his divine protection. It's like you don't really believe. That's why folks are not getting results, because you really don't believe it. Somebody getting ready to go out of town. Well, pray that I be saved. No, got to pray to be saved. He said he'd give his angels charge over you. So just go in the angels with the strength of the Lord. That's all to it. Why do you make it so hard? The man told Jesus, you don't have to go home with me. I understand authority. And you got to understand your authority. So you ain't go home with me. Just speak the word. He ain't holler, he ain't scream, he ain't all them down. He didn't go through all that stuff that people go through. You see people in service going through all this, all the folks down and shaking and quaking, and they doing a whole bunch of stuff. You got to do all that. Just speak the word. That's how the spirit works. Because in all of that, many times, that's not where he is, because he's in that quiet, that still small voice, the God within you. You got to be grateful. One of the greatest things in life to operate in is being grateful, gratitude. Have you just said, I thank you, universe, I thank you, God, Jesus, whatever you, higher power, whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you identify the God within you, the Christ within you, the I am. Did you tell him, I just thank you today? Tell him thank you. Well, I got to thank for it. Well, you're looking at me for one. You got eyes. You can hear me. You can move. Just thank him. Stop complaining so much. Some people complain so much you just, gotta go. No, don't do that. That doesn't help you. If you're complaining about this, well, if that's the situation, get help. Get therapy. And get on and move on out of that thing. But don't just stay in it. I've been through a lot. Used to be an addict. Fought cancer. Fought being an addict. I wasn't an addict. I was battling being an addict. No, I am the real idea of me is the Christ within me. But I think myself happy. You got to find a reason to be happy. And in those that's around you that love you, don't be hard on them because they may not be there. I just feel to say that. People that's around you that put up with you. Sir, ma'am, child, boy, girl, love on them. Because they don't have to be in your life. Nobody has to be in your life. Even with a marriage or contract, they don't have to be there. They can break the contract. So you got people in your life that care about you. I'm getting ready to go. And that love you. Treat them good. Vibrational energy experts claim that certain emotions, thought patterns like joy, peace, acceptance, create a high frequency, while other feelings and mindsets vibrate a low. Fear, anxiety, very low. When you find yourself down there, you got to keep that. I'm getting ready to go. You got to keep that vibration up. And you keep it up. What you're desiring, the thing that you design, it comes. When you get on the level of that, your faith on that thing. See, y'all think faith moves God. Faith doesn't move God. Faith appropriates the grace of God. And everything we need is already in his grace. People say, well, just believe your faith gonna move him. No. Your faith is in the grace of what he's already done. Faith through faith. That grace through faith. How do we get the grace? Through faith. Everything is already, what is grace? Nothing but favor, unmerited favor. Scripture, quote from Psalm, the favor of God surrounds me as a shield. I'm very careful what I say. It's been a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful, very wonderful, a wonderful experience to be with you all on this Friday night. I enjoy it so much. We had some technical difficulties. So I apologize for being late. I want you to write this down. Like frequencies attract like frequencies. Whatever frequency that you're on, that's the frequency that you attract. Soon I'll give you the numbers of the frequencies that we're on, and whatever you want, whatever you desire, you already have it. And that's the confidence that we already have the things that we desire. Okay, get ready to go. It's been wonderful. Dita and Hughes here. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Peace out. If you want to be a financial blessing to our company, you can that's the information at the bottom. The information is at the bottom. If you want to donate to our company, we appreciate it. We don't have any sponsors, major corporation sponsors backing us yet, but we got you. Remember, you got to fuel your thoughts to manifest your thing that you desire. All right? I'm going to leave the information down there just in case somebody wants to plant a seed.